This is just a really short video update to show you my ranunculus. They are finally flowering. These ones that aren't flowering are the ones that I bought as an experiment late in the season. So I think they will flower if it doesn't get too hot. But the ones that I did in my big sort of pre-soaking video and everything like that, they're all flowering now. So I'll just show you, oh, it's got some cosmos there. I'll just show you a quick roundup. This isn't a proper garden tour at all, but I'll show you a quick roundup. So here's the ranunculus. So they're not all in flower yet, but as you can see, they're really coming through. And I'm stunned by some of, the really, look at this, beautiful varieties here. And by the way, that I just think is beautiful. I've done my back in, which is why I didn't kind of do a video this weekend. I absolutely have done it in, I don't know how. I am in agony, and it's not just my back, it's my knee. So I think I'm just getting old. I don't know. But anyway, look at them, and look at all these buds to come. So this is what they look like kind of more classically. You see them a bit more spiraled, a bit more closed. And frankly, they look a lot like the anemones when they're open, I think. And like poppies. I don't know whether they're related. The Persian buttercup, I don't know whether they're in any way related to poppies, but maybe I'll look that up. But as you can see, I went from having just a few buds a couple of weeks ago, really, to just endless buds. I was almost going to delay showing you these until they were all in flower, but I thought, no, look at these. What I'll do is when they're all in flower is I'll do a recap video on like how I got these flowers to this stage, to this beautiful stage. So yeah, and they've got really nice long tall stems, perfect for cut flowers. And then remember, I had too many, so I planted them in this trough. I was really worried because obviously they are suffering nutritionally in these troughs, and I don't know why, because I have fed them. But they're still flowering. And the anemones, I've just picked this bed endlessly. I really harvested everything last Saturday, and boom, it's just full again. I mean, I reckon if I wasn't harvesting it, it would be just a mass of colour. But on the other hand, I kind of do want to harvest them to keep them producing more flowers. So it's I'm already thinking I may have left this too late, and that I need to harvest these to sort of encourage another flush. I really like these little pretty vivascum. These I planted, I think 2 years ago, so there's nothing new there. These I grew from seed, the cornflowers there. I'll come back to those in a minute. Some more alliums just opening up there. That is the first David Austin rose, apart from the ramblers and climbers, to flower. That's the first shrub one. It's a little bit hidden at the back then, but to be honest, that is not the best rose. The petals don't do very well when it's wet. You can see that little cupboard there. I'm building that for some tools, and I'm doing a whole video on that. That's just a little cupboard I bought from Amazon. I was quite impressed with it, so I thought I'll do a little video showing you how I build it and how good it is. And then these are the ramblers and the climbers. This is the rambler. I can't remember the name. I will find it for you, but I just love the delicacy of that with the yellow in the middle. It starts off quite a cool pink, and then as it opens up and develops, it becomes this kind of really warm, glowing, bowl. It's just stunning. I love it. It doesn't last too well in the vase because the petals are quite delicate. This is the climber, again, forgotten the name, but they're both David Austin, by the way, so I'm sure it wouldn't take too long to track them down. And they start off sort of opening up in this kind of weird, clumsy way. And then they turn into these sort of beautiful bowls, almost orbs, actually. So they start off like this, and you think, oh, I don't know, it's going to amount to much. And then somehow or other, it becomes this. and these are only just fading now. These have lasted weeks, these cornus flowers. They've been beautiful. But look at the way it just, the bees love it, and it goes right up into my cotton wool tree, really high, just reaching for the sun up there, where I can't even really cut it back. So I love it. And it has a really long flowering period as well, as repeat flowering, as long as you kind of, keep the deadheading, somewhat under control. You can't obviously reach the ones at the top or anything, but it will flower for quite some time. And as you can see, it's got loads of flowers to come. Look at all these new buds. I mean, I just love it. I really do. But I think I prefer the more delicate looking flowers. None of my roses are as fragrant as normal this year. They're usually a lot more fragrant, but that's why this isn't a garden tour, because garden's messy. But look at the anemones. Loads of them. And then I've already harvested from this red rose, but look, this is a red climbing rose. I think this is Tessa de d'Urberville's, this one. And this is what you call a red rose. Come on, not those awful, stiff, plasticky looking things you get on Valentine's Day. This is highly fragrant and it's just glorious. I love it. It's just beautiful. And look, that is a red rose. That's a red rose. I cannot stand those awful plastic roses they dish out at Valentine. Well, they don't even dish them out. You have to pay a fortune for them. Anyway, you know me and supermarket flowers. I'm just not a big fan. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this. I think these do make good cottage garden plants as well. And I think these dotted in your borders, your cottage garden borders, just absolutely, look at the buds on it. So I will update you on this border. You know, when I think how it went from, you know, bare soil to this, it's incredible. And I definitely think it's a winner as a cottage garden flower as well as a cut flower. And so here's my roses. These are really behind because remember I cut them back to tackle that black spot. So I'm really pleased there's no sign of black spot, but slightly disappointed. These would have already been well into flowering by now. This would be a mass with roses, and yet it's almost June and they still haven't flowered yet. But never mind, they're coming. And the sweet peas, look, I'm already well on my way to getting my first bout of sweet peas. And believe me, once they start coming, they don't stop coming till August, September. So yeah, I'm slightly concerned I didn't plant enough because you know, the ground was, some of them died, the ground was a bit hard where I wanted to plant some new ones. But you know, the rose looks really nice over the seating area. I've got that little cupboard I'm going to show you me building in the next video. And well, as soon as I can move because of my back. These sunflowers are coming on nicely, but I'm not sure what these marks are on the leaves. So they would be no good as a cut flower with those leaves like that. But we'll see how they come on. These were grown from seed. These are the cornflowers. I've got a nice big fat head coming on these peony poppies. So yeah, it's all coming on. I've got some new plantings in the gaps where I pulled up the tulips. And because we had a week of quite heavy solid rain, they seem to be a little bit set back, but on the whole, I'm pretty happy with how everything is going. So I hope you like that quick semi-update, and I'll see you again in the next video soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.